from Rosemont Horizon, a building the Kansas City Blades were an overtime goal from visiting during the playoffs last May. We bring you the action of the IHL for the first time this season on Metro Sports as the Blades tangle with the defending Turner Cup champion Chicago Wolves. Hi, everybody. Bob Kaiser back here at Rosemont Horizon, along with color analyst extraordinaire Ken Hammond. And I talked about Kenny. The Blades are an overtime goal away from knocking off the Wolves or taking on the Wolves. Would they have been able to knock them off and deny them the opportunity to do this?
I really think they would have, Bob. They had the Wolves' number all year long last year, beating them 3 times in a row here at Rosemont. But I think when they lost at Long Beach, they lost that opportunity. But I know there was a lot of Chicago Wolves who were breathing a sigh of relief when Long Beach beat out the Kansas City Blades.
Well, I was talking to Kenny before the game and talking also about the fact the Blades had great success against this team during the regular season. In fact, went the last 3 games here without losing, and Kenny, of course, pointed out, well, yeah, like the 4 guys that are back from the last few teams are going to make a big difference this year.
Well, you know, Chicago lost quite a few players, too. Jamie Baker, one of their best penalty killers, is gone. C-Mac is gone, prolific right winger. Some changes in the goaltending, though. Doesn't matter who they have. They still have Maltese and Black who can score and put the puck in the net. But the most important story is down at the other end. They've got Glenn Healy, Pat Jablonski, and Wendell Young. They've got 3 NHL caliber goalies right now.
Well, change is definitely the appropriate word as far as the Blades are concerned, as we've been talking about during the first 2 games, in which the Blades have lost, by the way, on the road, but have played well. But, of course, the biggest change is going to be the most noticeable once we come back and bring you the first period, and that's the new uniform.
I can't get used to these new uniforms. Like you said, though, they're sharp. These new red uniforms are really nice, and the numbers are a little bit different, too. The problem is that you have to study the players. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell any of these guys out here tonight.
Well, only 4 players back from last year's club, actually 5 now, with Pat Ferschweiler appearing to be ready to rejoin the lineup for this team. So 13 new faces in these new uniforms, Kenny. So indeed, we've got a task ahead of us here to not only ourselves get to know this club, but the fans have a lot of work to do as well.
Yeah, but talking to Gary Emmons and Paul McLean a little bit before the game, they are very excited about the guys that are on this team. And I think the fans here tonight, take a look at the enthusiasm and the hustle that these young kids put out. I mean, there's some guys with 26, 27 years old, like Dave Chizowski, that have 10 years of pro experience. So being young doesn't necessarily mean that they're inexperienced.
Well, we're right next door to O'Hare Airport, so what a perfect night to talk about Pucks and Planes, our new innovative and unique season ticket promotion that is ongoing. We'll be talking about it during this broadcast, and in fact, we have salespeople standing by now at the Blades office. We'll give you that number. You can call for further information. But before we get into that, we'll get into the first period of play-by-play. The Blades and Wolves coming your way from the Windy City after these messages.
All right, bring it in here, guys. Huddle up. Now listen up, fellas. We got a full house out there. They can't get to the Rockies, so let's bring the Rockies to them. Right. We got the coldest beer around. With frost-proof Coors Light and our trades, there's no reason we shouldn't have a great day. Now what do they want? Coors Light. What do we got? Coors Light. What? Coors Light. I can't hear you. Coors Light. Get ready.
Fresh. Friendly. Fun. Low prices all day, every day. With over 19 locations, there's a Kansas City Metro Hy-Vee near you.
In a world where every second counts, a quick call can make a big difference.
Cordell, I think the safety pipe on the pre-X.
All right. Try. Thanks, Bob.
That's why now all calls under 30 seconds are free. Introducing Sprint Cents Anytime, where all calls are a dime a minute and calls under 30 seconds are on our dime. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP for Sprint Cents Anytime.
Thanks, Bob.
Quick. Name the largest unmanaged expense in your business. Stumped? Here's a hint. We designed a company from the ground up to help drive down your travel costs and make your business more efficient. What exactly are you getting for those service fees your travel agent's charging you? It could be solutions to escalating travel costs, tools to help you manage your business travel, and innovative strategies to help you retain and attract employees. Or maybe not.
Kansas City Blades hockey is brought to you by the employee-owned Hy-Vee food stores, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. By Coors Light, frost brewed to capture a cold, refreshing taste. Pick some up wherever you buy beer and tap the Rockies. By Sprint, with long-distance internet and data services, we connect you to our world. By iTravel, with innovative travel services and solutions, iTravel is the way smart businesses travel. By AMC Theaters, changing the way Kansas City sees movies. By St. Luke's Shawnee Mission Health System, when it's time to feel good. And by the Kansas City Star. Take the Star into your life today. Along with Ken Hammond, Bob Gazer returning you again to Rosemont Horizon in Chicago, Illinois, where every night seemingly, Kenny, is opening night. They put on quite a show before each and every home game, all 41, and this is only their second of the year. In fact, only their second game period. The Wolves 1-0. The Blades, of course, 0-2 with a couple of tough losses in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo this past weekend.
I feel like I'm at the World's Fair here with all these lights and everything else going on, but the real spotlight's going to be shining on Glenn Healy here tonight, the goaltender for the Chicago Wolves. Of course, Healy over from Toronto, where he's in a little bit of an exile, Bob, with Felix Potvin and newly acquired Curtis Joseph in Toronto. So Glenn was the odd man out at $1.5 million, and unfortunately we have to face him.
And considering his background, you're not going to question the fact he's wearing blue and white equipment?
What's that kid think he's doing? Get a white helmet on him. Who does he think he is?
There's a look at Patrick Lalime, who was nothing short of sensational this past weekend. Kenny, how would you like that? A 2.03 goals against and a record of 0-2.
Well, these guys need to find a way to get some goals for him. And we talked again with Paul McLean and Gary before the game, and they're very satisfied with the effort that this team's putting up in front of them. But Lalime has really held his end of the bargain. There's the guy that we're talking about, Paul McLean.
With the bushy mustache.
He's really happy with the effort that he's getting out of these guys. And again, I can't wait for the fans in Kansas City to see this team, because the enthusiasm and the work ethic that these guys display is just going to be incredible for the Kansas City fans.
And you'll get a chance to do that Friday, the home opener against the Houston Aeros. The Chicken will be there. 10,000 magnetic schedules. We'll have quite a display before the game ourselves. And the season ticket packages are still available. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Want to also welcome all of you on our radio network tonight. We've got KOKO in Warrensburg and Katy in Clinton, Missouri tuned in tonight, along with our flagship station KCMO, as we bring this one to you on television. Metro Sports, the first of our 14-game TV package, and we are thrilled to death to have you with us as we come your way from Chicago. The Blades and the Wolves, the first of 5 regular season meetings. That's right, only 5 times these teams will play, Kenny. Some real quirks in the schedule this year, and certainly this is one of them, as an icing call against the Wolves gives us our first whistle 34 seconds into the opening period.
Well, Paul McLean doing a little gamesmanship already, Bob. Right off the opening draw, he pulled Bilodeau and Rude right off the ice, so obviously he's going to be matching those two defenders with probably the top scoring line on the Wolves. Ratushny came right on, relieving it. I think it was Ratushny and Sherbin came right on for Bilodeau, so already he's trying to match some lines, and that's what Paul McLean's so good at, and he's making gestures already from the bench. So expect a fast change here off this draw.
Should do a name that player, or scan the bench, and you fans try and figure out who's who. Play right now underway. One of the newcomers, Ryan Mulhern, first-team American League All-Star a year ago with Portland, the AHL. Puck right now at center. Gosselin shot it in. Wolves pick it up. Centering pass. Deflects left point. Quick shot. Gosselin right on. And Lalime with the game's first save. Redirects it up over the glass and out of play. And we'll get a draw coming up to the right.
Well, as you said, Bob, Patrick Lalime doing a great job in the first 2 games for the Blades. Pretty good goals against average there, but the save percentage, anytime you're over 90%, that's pretty good for a goaltender. And one of the things we should key on here tonight is watch how he plays his rebounds and how he steers the puck into the crowd just as he did there, and compare that to the way Healy does it. Healy's a flopper. He likes to get all over the ice, but he's tried to improve his game to be more of a stand-up goalie.
Pretty impressive numbers a year ago with Grand Rapids of the IHL. Patrick Lalime, of course, embroiled in a contract dispute with the Pittsburgh Penguins after that remarkable rookie season 2 years ago in the NHL. Wound up with Grand Rapids, was traded at the deadline March 24th of '98 to Anaheim, and he is on loan to Kansas City from the Mighty Ducks. Play right now into the Chicago zone. The all-time favorite, Dody Wood, chasing after it. Beaten to it, however, by the Wolves defense, who cleared the center, and a two-line pass will be called against Chicago. One thing we have not noticed that much in the first two games, Kenny, is an overabundance of offside passes. We thought that might be a problem, especially in the early going, as the players adjust to the new ice setup now. As far as the lines are concerned, there's 4 less feet in the neutral zone.
Well, I think what you're going to find, Bob, is a lot more two-line offsides, but not necessarily the pure offside calls, involving the neutral zone. I think we're probably going to see more dump-ins, actually. And when teams key on that, I think the trap is going to become even more prevalent throughout the league.
One thing that is the most noticeable to me, though, as you stand this height, is that it just seems like there's a lot more room from the blue line in. Really, it's only 2 more feet.
Well, there's a lot more room behind the net, too, and it's going to be interesting to see how some of the danglers in the league utilize that space behind the net.
13 feet now from the goal line to the end boards, as opposed to the 11 that was in place a year ago. Right now, play at center. Blades with the puck. Dave Chizowski will shoot it in. Right wing corner they go. Brian Bonin, this late last week, assigned to Kansas City by Pittsburgh, along with defenseman Thomas Gronman. They tumble on top of the puck, and we'll get a draw to the left of Glenn Healy. 2 minutes and 7 seconds into a scoreless first period, and what a player this young man is.
Well, it's amazing every year how Doug Sotart seems to pull a rabbit out of his hat. He went right down to the wire this year, but the 2 acquisitions, Brian there and Gronman in defense, not to mention Ling back in goal. I mean, he grabbed 1 for each position and just shored up this Blades team in a hurry.
Gotta like that uniform, don't you?
What about the helmet? Kind of looks like Darren Pooper there, doesn't he? Looking at breathing through his eyelids.
Off the draw, Ratushny. Let a quick shot go. That one went deflecting wide. Left wing corner, Eric Perrin's got the puck for Kansas City. Into the slot for Trudell. The shot broken up. Ratushny at the point, lets it go right in front. Shot save. Rebound rolls around the goal mouth, and the Wolves up with the puck, but Perrin picked the back pocket of Millimark.
Now Healy without his stick, Bob.
Well, Healy's without a stick, and the Wolves catch a break as the puck goes deflecting over the glass into the seats behind that Chicago net.
Well, we're not even 3 minutes into this one. I'm already interrupting you this year, so we're off to a good start.
Yeah, but you were accurate in your assessment of Healy and his wandering around. Look at that, he's already lost his goal stick.
Well, he almost grabbed the defenseman's stick there. Featherstone was offering up his stick, but I've seen Feather's stick, and that's not really going to do Glenn too much good.
It's okay, you can walk over me, Kenny. I've told fans this now. I've told them that this is training camp for us, too.
Struggling out here. Must be the airplanes flying over our heads so close.
Bonin centering Ling and Chizowski right now. Gronman and Welsing paired up defensively as they repair some ice out in front of the Kansas City bench across the way. And there you get a look at Dody Wood. Nice story in the paper on Dody today. He was awarded an A, alternate captain. You'll see that. Those of you watching the game on the front of his sweater. And Ratushny named the team's captain. It's play into the far corner in the Chicago zone. Wolves up with the puck. They circle the net, wing it up the left wing boards. Gathering it up there, it's Guy LaRose. Now LaRose shot the puck in on net. Lalime handles that. Welsing will circle his goal, run into by Berglund. Didn't really budge Welsing. However, Berglund's got the puck behind the KC net. Now dangles into the near corner. Fed the puck behind the goal. Blades tapped it free, but can't clear it. LaRose turns and scores. Guy LaRose from the top of the left wing circle, wheeled and ripped one into the short side. Within a foot of the ice, he beats Lalime just inside that left goalpost, and Chicago's got an early 1-0 lead.
I'll tell you what, that's a goal scorer's shot right there, Bob. He picked that up and he fired it on a dime, and Lalime was screened on this, too. Take a look at this. When Lalime has to go down so early, you know he can't see the puck. When we widen out on the shot here, you're going to see that somebody is right in front of him. See that defenseman stepping right over in front of Lalime, and he had to go down early. See right there, he had to go down, and it went right off that left post and in. That was a great shot by LaRose.
Threaded the needle with that one, and the Chicago Wolves out to the early 1-0 advantage, and they've got the puck again. Dump it into the Kansas City zone. Scott Pearson after it there. He'll dump it around the end boards, around the far side, or James Black, just assigned here a couple of days ago will play the puck to the left point to Bob Nardella. His long shot, that deflected just wide. Now Black corrals the puck on the right wing boards. Shot it down low where it'll be Brent Bilodeau to play it for Kansas City. And Bilodeau clears it up over the glass and out of play. We've got a pause in the action. 3:33 into the first. It's the Wolves 1, the Blades nothing, and we're back to Chicago with more Blades hockey on television and the Blades Radio Network.
You're about to enter a whole new world of entertainment at AMC Theater. Love seat style stadium seating, Sony dynamic digital sound, huge wall-to-wall screens. So get ready to enjoy the show like you never have before. AMC Theaters, changing the way you see movies.
There's no other place in town that has what Noble House has. And I've been in the store when there have been a lot of customers. They're all repeat customers. They keep coming back and shopping. Why? Because they have a great experience, and that's what's important. That's what keeps people coming back. That's what'll keep me coming back to Noble House to shop.
We're Kansas City's largest discount jeweler. Shop around. We're convinced you'll come back to Noble House.
Visit Noble House Jewelry in Overland Park, Independence, and Olathe.
Gazer Ken Hammond, you're afraid to do it, aren't you? Kenny was doing his impression of an airplane getting ready for our Pucks and Planes promotion. And there you see it, Kenny. You buy a lower-level season ticket, you receive a free round-trip airline ticket to one of 18 different destinations. Blade sales staff are standing by right now. You can call 84-BLADE. That's 842-5233. Not only do you get a 15% discount on season tickets, but that airline ticket, I guarantee you, one of the more innovative and unique promotions in professional sports that's attached to a season ticket.
Some pretty good cities in that group too, you know. You don't have.
And no, London, Ontario's not one of them.
Didn't you bring up Topeka last time? No, that wasn't you, was it? Paul McLean looking down for some gum in front of him. That's got to be a little bit frustrating. As two young prospects on D, and one of them coughed it up, and the other one screened his goaltender right off the bat. But these guys actually have started out very well. We talked before the game about how Chicago gets out to a quick start, that they needed to weather the storm here, but the Blades have done a very good job other than that one giveaway in their own end.
Eric Perrin centering a line of Jean-Guy Trudel, second leading scorer in the East Coast Hockey League a year ago with Peoria. Played there for Mark Reeds, who was an assistant for Paul McLean when the Rivermen were in the IHL. Reeds was his assistant for a couple of years. On the other side, Ryan Mulhern out of Brown University.
Let's not get on the Ivy kids already, shall we?
Play right now at center ice. Veteran Glenn Featherstone launching the puck in, but teammate trapped in the zone offside, so they whistle it down. That goal arose as first from Breslin and Berglund. They pick up a couple of gift assists. It was the Blades who had the puck and tried to clear it. LaRose picked it off and fired it home, but 2 assists given. It's 1-0 in favor of Chicago. And of course the Blades, not only that exciting Pucks and Plain season ticket offer ongoing, but of course the home opener coming up Friday night.
Again, Bob, we're trying to match some lines up here, and watch the KCD are probably going to change because they're trying to get Rude and Bilodeau out here with this Maltese LaRouche line, so you can punish them a little bit. I'm sure Bilodeau is going to be roughing them up just a little bit to keep them away from the front of the net.
Here's Perrin taking the puck away. Now it's tied up from behind. Blades, however, maintain control. Bilodeau with a long shot that's gloved by Healy. He'll hang on to it, and the faceoff will come up in the Chicago zone. Well, some of those cities, by the way, Chicago is one of them, that you can get your free airline ticket and venture to. Dallas, Albuquerque, Denver, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando. See, if you buy your season ticket, Kenny, you can make that trip with me to do television in early April.
I thought that's how I was getting paid.
Washington, D.C., New Orleans, Vegas, there's some great spots. So it's a terrific offer. Again, you buy a lower-level season ticket, and you get a free airline ticket. You can buy 4 season tickets, you get 4 airline tickets. Not too bad.
You flunked math, didn't you?
Did I?
Go ahead.
Yeah, but at least I flecked math at a very good school. Play right now, back into the Kansas City zone. Steve Malte's got the puck in the right wing corner. Malte's streak of consecutive seasons with 50 or more goals ended at 3 last year. He couldn't reach the 4 consecutive year level with that feat. What a lousy player, huh? 3 consecutive years, Kenny, of 50 or more goals.
Now you're talking about Malte's. You said lousy player as we had a close-up on Ling. Malte's an interesting player, though. He's looks like he's slow, but he really isn't. He's got deceptive speed, just Popeye-type forearms. He can just wrist the puck towards the net.
There you see, only 46 last year.
Slacker. Deducted 1/4 of his pay.
Why does a guy like that not stick in the NHL? He went to Pittsburgh's training camp and obviously didn't cut it there.
Well, you get that situation where he's not going to be a #1 line player. So goal scorers that are prolific in the IHL or the AHL typically stay here because they're not going to go to the NHL as a first-line player. They're going to go as a third-liner. Defense is more important than goals at that point.
Now here's Ratushny for the Blades. Took a shot blocked inside the line by Gosselin, who chased the puck down at center and shot it in behind the Kansas City net. Blades wing it up the far side. Now tap it out to center where Scott Pearson's in control. Words exchanged out in front of the bench. Perrin in the middle of it. Look out. Meanwhile, the Wolves busting in. Shot. Great save. Oh, what a terrific stop by Patrick Lalime. And then Pearson, it looked like Kenny tried to wander through or muscle through the stick of Lalime in behind him. But Lalime showing tremendous strength, it appeared, with that right arm to hold that stick on the ice and not allow the Wolves to tap the puck into an empty net.
Well, that was watch this. So off the save, it goes off to the side, and then is that
Marinucci?
Marinucci. Watch Lalime's stick here. He gets it wedged on the post, so he uses the post as leverage and just stops that puck and jumps on top of it. Oh. This will be a great angle here. Watch this. Watch where his stick is. He's going to wedge it on the post, trips him up, and stops the puck. That's a 2-for-1 right there.
Now the Wolves off the draw, letting a shot go. Tilly at the point, blocked. It's loose in the neutral zone. Gathered up by Dave Kravitz, a name you might remember. Played briefly with the Blades a few years back. Offside called against Chicago. Kravitz was with Mobile of the East Coast League the last couple of seasons. Joined the Wolves during the second half of last year, and now appears to have won over a permanent position in the lineup for the Chicago club.
Well, he was pretty hot in the playoffs last year. He got called up with about 3 games remaining in the year. I believe he had 7 or 8 points in the 11 games that he played in the playoffs. So he made a name for himself and secured a contract.
Played forward most of his career until he got to the East Coast League, he said. Now here come the Blades. Bonnen's got a breakaway right in with a shot. Save! Rebound, they score, but it'll be washed out because the referee, Jay Jacobs, had already blown the whistle.
Well, Jay Jacobs was back by the blue line, Bob. I think he's going to blow down a penalty on this call as well. He's grabbing his arm like holding. I don't know.
May just be coming over to tell them to make an announcement that there is no goal.
Catch up with the play. Puck was still loose.
As I was saying, Kravitz was a forward all of his career. Kenny was moved back to defense and is now back up on a position that he's more comfortable with. Here's a look at the Bonnen breakaway.
There's the rebound that we talked about. Healy smothering everything, but that whistle hadn't blown until that puck came loose. How about Ling, though, just going to the net? He doesn't care if he gets cross-checked in the back of the head. He's going to the net and trying to wedge that thing free. He could care less whether Glenn Healy played for the Rangers and LA Kings and Toronto Maple Leafs and Islanders.
Paul McLean just wanted an explanation as to why Jacobs blew his whistle so quickly. That's the reason for the delay, as they dropped the puck to the left of the Wolves net. Bonnen in between Tchaikovsky and Ling. Ling will be a guest of ours during the second intermission here tonight, as the Blades send a pass off a skated center, deflecting into the Chicago zone. Tilly run into heavily by Tchaikovsky as they wing it back around the right side. Dan Plante, formerly of the Utah Grizzlies. The Blades with the puck, chip it out in front, broken up. Wolves on the move, led by Malte. Left wing, Malte dropped past a Plante. He fed it back behind the net. Wolves into the slot. Malte, a weak shot, and Lalime steers that aside. rather easily with the goal paddle. The Blades just tap the puck out to center. Bonin battling with Tilley for it. Now the Blades will just send it into the Chicago zone with 12.5 minutes to go here in the opening period. 1-0 Chicago with the lead. Now the Blades strip the puck free in the corner out in front. Wood, a backhander save. Rebound. Another terrific stop by Glenn Healy as the Blades once more crowd that goal mouth, Kenny, but cannot buy a goal. We'll pause. 12 minutes, 23 seconds to go. We're in the opening period. The Blades trail it, but they've got the offense going again. If getting those chances eventually, that puck's got to start going in, and hopefully here in Chicago, it will. We'll be back for more in a moment.
Quick. Name the largest unmanaged expense in your business. Stumped? Here's a hint. We designed a company from the ground up to help drive down your travel costs and make your business more efficient. What exactly are you getting for those service fees your travel agent's charging you? It could be solutions to escalating travel costs, tools to help you manage your business travel, and innovative strategies to help you retain and attract employees. Or maybe not.
One question I get a lot is about this up here. Is it real? And looking at some of the old advertising, I can see why you'd wonder. Well, it's real. Just like when I say we carry suits by many of the same designers as department stores, but for 20 to 30% less. That's real, too. As real as, well, you know what.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
1-800-776-SUIT.
Well, Jason Cerrone, no doubt a very talented hockey player, Kenny, and it just shows here that being a smart hockey player sometimes involves using other than your stick to make a pass.
Well, he just uses leverage there and kicks that puck right out for the Blades to get a nice chance and Ling all over the net again. That's exactly what the Blades need to do, though, Bob. They have to get the rebounds because Glenn Healy is probably going to make that first save.
Well, they're doing a great job of crowding that goal crease, aren't they? They put a lot of traffic in on top of Healy. The Blades have hit him with 7 shots already, and we're not even 8 minutes into the opening period, so the shot barrage continues, Kenny, but the lack of goals also is becoming an enigma for this Blades team. But hey, we're only 2 games and not even a period into it. The goals are going to come if this team continues the type of play we've seen so far in the early goings.
Well, the goaltender of the quality of Glenn Healy, you have to get in front of him. Don't allow him outside that blue area in the crease. And that increases your chances with the angles.
At center, Blades Eric Perrin with the puck. Speedy little guy with a great move in front. Backhand shot deflected away. Blades go in, grab the rebound. It came free in the circle. We're moving in for the point as Ratushny to tap it, right wing corner. Now Perrin being worked over there. Spins, lost the puck, and Featherstone will turn and send it ahead. Up the right wing they go. James Black and across the line. Quick wrist shot that sailed high and wide. Left point Featherstone right in front. Marinucci, a shot blocked, and Eric Perrin will tap it off the far glass to center ice. Now Mulhern with it there to Ratushny across the line. Ratushny will try and send it down low. Featherstone picked it off in the circle. Now feeds far side for defensive partner Steve Gosselin. Rink wide to James Black, who lifts the puck inside the Blades line. Now Ling takes one up the right wing. Shot at far corner. Bonin hustling in. Berglund got to it ahead of him. Tipped it around the near side. Gosselin will send it up the boards, but not out. Here's Ling with it, walking in front. Ling with a pass intended for Chizowski, knocked away. And the Wolves will turn and clear it into the Kansas City end. As Rocky Welsing back to play it. Now the Blades tapping it to neutral ice. Guy LaRose with it there, just sends it in off Gronman. Gronman will go back and play it behind his own net. I'll put it in the near corner. Berglund took it away. Welsing stepped into him, but the Wolves maintain control. Here's LaRose back behind the net to Breslin. Breslin hit by Gronman, pinned up against the board, so LaRose goes in to grab the loose disc. Now LaRose feeds it back around the far side. Welsing will go play it for the Blades. Feeds it up the boards. Chizowski bumped. The puck came free at the line. LaRose trying to hold it in, can't. As Bonham forced him out to the neutral zone. Now Brian Bonin has the puck and dropped it back in the defense where Gronman plays for Kansas City.
Gosselin and Chizowski are going at it over at that sideboard, Bob. Gosselin stepped up and pitched in on Chizowski, and those two went at it for about 3 minutes.
Now Ling gives the puck for Chizowski, trying to negotiate his way in front. He's denied, and the puck is lifted back into the Kansas City zone. Icing washed out as we are just past the midway point. Happy to have you with us from Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. Blades hockey coming your way on Metro Sports as well as the Blades Radio Network. Now Cerrone charging back and across the line, tried to send it in front, and again the Blades, and on top of Healy, literally this time, as Pat Ferschweiler trying to make life miserable for the veteran netminder, who was able to reach out and smother the puck.
Well, there's a real key for the Blades, Pat Ferschweiler, one of my favorites from last year and years gone by. This guy just never stops, and you see him sporting a little bit of a windshield. He's got that cat's eye going. He's doing a great job. Watch Chizowski here saying hello to Mr. Goslin. I'll make him sing a little soprano, won't it?
Ferschweiler, this is Pat Ferschweiler's first game. As you mentioned, Kennedy eye injury, took an errant stick during exhibition play down in Wichita.
Still has some bleeding in the white of his eye, in the yolk. Still a little red in the yolk.
Here's an errant pass by the Wolves. This will be called icing against them as Eric Rude back to touch it. Rude, one of the many ex-collegians on this team out of Colorado College.
Pretty good player here so far as we look at John Anderson hollering at the referee.
Anderson missing one of his key players tonight is
Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson is back in Sweden with his wife, who is giving birth to, I thought I heard their second child, but I'm not sure of that. But anyway.
Boy, Anderson did a great job last year, though, with the cast of characters that he had. Made some great acquisitions in March that probably should have won him the cup anyways, but kept that chemistry together, and that's tough when you make major trades in March and try and keep a team together going into the playoffs.
Now Ratushny with a puck behind his own net, tried to feed it around the boards. That was broken up by Marinucci. Marinucci slides the puck into the corner. Wolves from there feed it left point. Featherstone, a shot deflected in front by Pearson, just wide. Down the left wing corner, James Black has got the puck, throws it behind the Kansas City net. Marinucci with it. His feed in front broken up. Yes, Mulhern will play it for Kansas City. Slides it up the left wing board. Sherbin was heading after it, but instead went back for a change. Meanwhile, the Wolves will play it in their own end. Now James Black head-manning a pass to Pearson across the line and left wing. A weak shot handled easily by Lalim, and he'll cover it up. With 8:26 to go, we're in the opening period. Lone goal of the game, Chicago's Guy LaRose at 3:03. It's 1-0 in favor of the Wolves.
It's a quality of life. It's people taking care of you. People who'll be there for you when you need them to.
St. Luke's Shawnee Mission Health System. When it's time to feel good.
When it's time to feel good.
Three things I know about the helmet camp. Number one, it was gimmicky. Number two, it never worked. And number three, you're an idiot.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, 17 weeks.
You know, I don't appreciate being called an idiot. Just because you fear technology, that's not my fault. I've been called a lot of things at this table, but an idiot will not be one of them.
ESPN Sunday Night Football. Coverage begins at 7:15.
Brought to you by your local Kansas City Ford dealers. Stop by today and check out the F-Series Super Duty pickup.
Well, both teams pretty happy that the St. Luke's Shawnee Mission Health System's injury report is rather skimpy as far as names are concerned. None for the Blades and only Wendell Young for the Chicago Wolves.
Well, take advantage of it as you can, because it's certainly not going to stay that way over an 82-game schedule.
Right now, play underway. The Wolves with a 1-0 lead. An early goal by Guy LaRose. Blades have had their share of chances. 8 shots they have had. The Wolves with 7 with 8:12 to go in the first period. Icing coming up against Kansas City here again. Back at the Blades offices, the sales team standing by. Give them a call and find out about the Pucks and Flames promotion. Free airline ticket for those that buy a season ticket in the lower bowl. 842-5233, the number. That's 84-BLADE.
Well, Rocky Wellesley talking things over with his defense partner, Thomas Bronman.
Of course, one guy that'll be keeping a close eye on Rocky Welsing is an old Northern Michigan Wildcat himself, Gary Emmons, who is still the school's second leading scorer of all time. And I know he worked with Doug Sotart to sign the young Welsing out of Northern Michigan.
I figured there was a little connection there.
A look at last year's most valuable player, Jason Cerrone. So we talked to him last week in our preview show. Kenny has dropped 10 pounds over the summer.
Yeah, he looks good. He's skating well. One little bit of a surprise, though, is that he was left out in the letter game. He doesn't have an assistant captain or captain on his sweater. I think he's one of the keys to the Blades this year.
Blades right now with a puck. Verswater put it off the board. Cerrone chased it down, heads it across the line. Quick shot right on. Boy, he can be deadly from there, Cerrone, with that wrist shot. But a pretty bad save by Healy denies the Blades their second goal of the season and first here tonight. They trail 1-0, Kansas City does. Play right now behind the Blades net. Welsing working over his man. That's Berglund. The Blades the puck and put it around far side. Out to center it'll go. Gosselin turns, shot it in. A teammate trapped offside. Delayed call in the works, but the Blades are going to clear the zone, so action will continue along. Now Kansas City gave the puck at center ice, gave it away. Here come the Wolves back into the zone. Dan Plante being worked over by Verswater, and the Blades steal the puck. Here's Wood at center. Now Wood trying to work around Nardella. Can't. Nardella will tap it inside the Kansas City blue line. Or Bilodeau coughed it up at center. LaRue spun around at the line. Now Nardella's got the puck and we'll get an offside call. Mass confusion. Not only players were sprawling on the ice, Kenny, but the linesman as well. And from a prone position, the linesman made the offside call.
Well, Maltese ran into him. He was over on the blue line by the Blades bench, and Maltese just decked him, knocked him right on his backside. He had to gather himself and make the call from his knees. Watch way up at the top of the screen. You see Maltese just trips him up. Dope.
Still managed to make the call. Now play at center. Malte with a puck and a pass at the line that was broken up by Bonin. Deflects far corner. Bilodeau will go after it there. Turns with a pass on the mark. Urema feeds rink wide for David Ling. Now Ling wandering inside the line. The puck came free for Bonin, who put it behind the Wolves net. Urema with it. Centering pass will be taken away, and Chicago's on the move. Malte pulls up at center, dumps the puck into the Kansas City zone. Right wing corner they go. Now Bonin up with it behind his own net, laid it into traffic. Malte comes away with it, dumped to the ice by Eric Rude, and Malte looking at Jay Jacobs, hoping for a call. As the Blades now work to center, and Bilodeau will send it behind the Chicago net.
A little bit of a pattern forming here, Bob, with Malte's line. They seem to be taking it wide and letting the centerman drive through the middle, hoping to free up some ice if somebody come into the middle for that one-time shot. Blades have done a great job of standing them up at the blue line, though.
Ratushny, the puck away at center, feeds it back in. Trudell racing in, picks it off. Now with a pass, Mulhern trying to work his way in front. He was stopped along the side of the net, and the Wolves flip the puck into the Kansas City zone as Ratushny's back to get it. Now with a pass to Eric Perrin, he has to double back and get it. He'll work it across the line for Trudell, but Marinucci came back to steal it from him. Here comes Black on left wing. He's really got a shot. In front, Pearson a backhander, and right there, Lalime with a stick down on the ice makes the save. Now from the right point, they throw it behind the net. Right in front, Marinucci shot save, and they score on the rebound. James Black makes it 2-0 Chicago.
Tough play here on the Blades. They seem to get a little bit tangled up in the crisscrosses happening down in the defensive zone, Bob. Sherbin and Ratushny doing a pretty good job picking up, but it's that third man when they have to switch off with the forward. Black making a great play through the middle. Lalime down and making the save. But as Sherbin clears the puck off the glass, it comes back in front of the net, and Pearson wreaking havoc here. Got two Blades just out of arm's length of Marinucci, who can feed it over. And Black picks up a little garbage off the right side of the net.
James Black with the goal. Marinucci and Pearson assisted 15:02.
Black had a pretty successful bid with the Chicago Blackhawks, that other team, as the tourism manual says, in Chicago.
You got to get a look at this, folks. We'll try and get it for you later on. But look out, the Wolves dangerous again. Breslin right in on top of Lalim, who has to make a save on him. The puck, meanwhile, lifted into the Chicago zone. Black's second of the year. He is on loan to the Wolves from their neighbors, the Blackhawks. Now Ling trying to work in. He was tripped right at the line by Berglund. Wolves have got the puck, but a pass into the skates of LaRose, and they'll have to hold up at center ice and do just that. From there, LaPuma. Ernst LaPuma, former Atlantanite, shot it into the Kansas City end. Blades quickly back the other way, and Ling will rip one in. Healy himself plays it back to the neutral zone. Eric Rube now sends it ahead to Cerrone across the line. Now for Dody Wood. Wood working on Tilly. Turns with a pass into the high slot. Intended for Firstweiler, picked off. And here comes LaRouche. Now Steve LaRouche dropping it off. Tilly waits for someone to get free in front. Threw it for the goal mouth. It came off the end boards. And LaRouche on a wraparound never got a shot off. And Cerrone will backhand the puck back onto Wolves ice. And we'll get a two-line pass called against Chicago. 3:32 left. We are in period number 1. Wolves 2, Blades nothing from Chicago. This is the action of the IHL on Metro Sports and the Blades Radio Network.
Keep the change.
Enjoy your flight.
Buy your Blades Hockey lower level season ticket and get a free round trip to one of 18 cities coast to coast. Our Pucks and Planes offer will put a smile on your face. Call 84-BLADE today to get your hockey season off to a flying start and have an ice day. A tailor is to your suit as a good mechanic is to your car. If your sleeves aren't right or your jacket doesn't lie smoothly, you're not going to look good. Which is why we see our master tailors as our most important accessory. After all, they make sure you look as good in our suits as you do in those that cost a lot more.
Every day, more than 3,000 people buy a suit or sport coat at the Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
1-800-776-SUIT.
Well, just 2 days away from that long-awaited debut at home, Kenny Hammond. The Houston Aeros provide the opposition. The chicken will be there, that goofy guy in that funny suit. Magnetic schedules will be given away. A pyrotechnic display before the game.
Tell you, Blades are going to have their hands full with Houston, too. That's no mamby-pamby team coming in for the home opener. These guys are hot right now.
Now, the whole Western Conference appears, Kenny, to be very strong again this year. When you run teams down, Long Beach is going to be probably as good as they were a year ago. Houston probably better. Chicago, some feel maybe even better. Kansas City, a good team, and the Blades right now threatening. They just walk out in front of pass, and boy, maybe one too many passes there, Kenny. That one intended for Ratushny, and the Wolves, one of the few players that was available to break up the play, did just that. Now Kansas City will start from their own end again with 2:52 to go in the first period. 2-0 Wolves. Here comes Perrin. He's got Urema with him across the line. Urema weaves wide left, took a shot right on. Healy down to make the stick save. Marinucci scales it around the glass, and out to center it goes. Eric Rude will send it up the near boards, intercepted by Breslin to Featherstone. Featherstone drop pass. Breslin with a drive right on. Save made by Lalim. Featherstone's got the puck again near side. He's ridden out of the play, and Brian Bonin will take control of things for the Blades. Now Sherman had Ling by himself at center, but the pass too high. Icing called against Kansas City. Now look at Chris LaPuma.
Big tough guy. I remember playing against him when he was with Atlanta, Bob. He was a real force. Pretty injury prone, though. He's had some NHL time. A little bit over 100 games in Tampa Bay and moving around the league. Kind of a tough guy that plays stay-at-home type defense, but one of the keys on Chicago's defense is Nardella and Tom Tilley. Those two guys have been matched up with Dody Wood and Pat Firstweiler's line, and the Blades really need to touch them up. I think if they're going to score, they're going to score against those two offensive guys.
Way behind the Kansas City net, Thomas Dronman battling for the puck in the corner. The Blades able to clear it. Back into the Chicago zone. The Wolves turning, just feed it back to center. Now Gronman spinning around LaRose, who breaks free. A rink wide pass deflecting off Bon into the Kansas City zone. Welsing trying to chip it up the boards. That's broken up. Puck in the far corner. LaRose in there, comes out of there with it. Now LaRose, bumped by Bonin, breaks free, gives it to Tim Berglund, who just slides it out in front. It handcuffed Lalime, but the Blades defense there to control. And that Persweiler's going to lift it free down the ice. This will be another icing call. Actually, it won't go far enough. So the Wolves turn and rip it the other way, and icing washed out as Lalime taps the puck for Eric Rude. Now Rude to David Ling. Ling's got Bonin up the middle, gives him the puck to Chizowski, top of the circle with a shot that's knocked away. Labuma took a run at Chizowski as the Wolves up with the puck, and they'll march back with 1 minute and 5 seconds to go in the first period. 1-0, or 2-0 Blades trail this hockey game. Now they jam the puck forward. Brian Bonin throws it off to center. David Ling reaches out to grab it. Good move. He's got a step on Nardella. Right in front shot, and Healy got a piece of it. Now Eric Rude pinching him from the right point. Held the puck in for a moment, but the Wolves got it back and send it all the way down. Lalime will leave it behind the net. Loss of communication there, and Malte took the puck, walked out in front, took a shot that deflects over the glass and out of play.
Took a shot from Dave Chizowski as well after he let that shot go. Bilodeau chumming it up here with Patrick Lalime. They're trying to get the communication down when that puck gets dumped in. I think Lalime wants Billy to go over and grab that thing, but that's where the goaltender's got to talk to the defenseman, work that play out.
Now, these are the types of things I would imagine, Kenny, you see in early season, especially as we have talked about with so many new personalities a part of this club.
Exactly. I think Billy thought that Lalime was going to play that puck into the corner. Usually when you've got a player like a Maltese right in your back pocket, that's when the goaltender just gives it a little shovel pass into the corner and let your own partner come in behind and do a switch. And boy, Chizowski really has a bird up his backside here tonight. He's kicked the crap out of LaRose. He's gone after 2 or 3 different Wolves and just hammered Maltese on that play.
At center, Wolves sending the puck on to Blades ice. Ratushny in the corner, bumped by Scott Pearson. Now they jam it free to the right point. Tilly lost it. Here comes Cerrone the other way. Tilly makes a good play to recover. Firstweiler follows up for Wood. A shot save. Now the puck free in the goal mouth, and Healy will smother it. Boy, Ratushny was cruising down that slot all by himself, Kenny, but Dody Wood did not see him. Although still not a bad play, hoping maybe for the rebound if Wood's initial shot did not go in, but Healy did a good job to keep that puck within range.
Well, I think Healy's having a little chat with the referee here about when the whistle blows. He wants a little bit quicker whistle coming about here. I think he's getting welcome to the IHL. Great play by Cerrone here as he tries to knock the defenseman off, but this is going to be our first "it's easy from up here" comment of the year, Bob. These guys need to get the puck up on Glenn Healy. He's a flopper. He loves to go down. The way to score on this guy is put it by his ear. Shoot for his head and hope that it gets under the crossbar.
Berglund shoots the puck to center from there. Black, with that 100-mile-an-hour slap shot of his, drove it over the crossbar off the glass, and that'll do it. The first period comes to an end. So again, Kenny, the Blades with chances, 14 of them to be exact, and some pretty good ones on Glenn Healy, but finding the back of that net is proving to be somewhat difficult through 7 periods of hockey thus far on the new season. Stand by, we'll come back. We'll have some interviews with Dan Ratushny. We'll join him live. We'll also have a chat taped earlier with Paul McLean, as well as late senior VP of Business Operations Mike Beheimer. An active first intermission, and we'll come back and commence things after this.
In a world where every second counts, a quick call can make a big difference.
Cordell, I think the safety will bite on the play action.
All right. Thanks, Pop.
That's why now all calls under 30 seconds are free. Introducing Sprint Sense Anytime, where all calls are a dime a minute and calls under 30 seconds are on our dime. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP for Sprint Sense Anytime.
Thanks, Pop.
A tailor is to your suit as a good mechanic is to your car. If your sleeves aren't right or your jacket doesn't lie smoothly, you're not going to look good. Which is why we see our master tailors as our most important accessory. After all, they make sure you look as good in our suits as you do in those that cost a lot more.
Every day, more than 3,000 people buy a suit or sport coat at the Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
1-800-776-SUIT.
with Kenny Hammond. Bob Kaiser back again in Chicago. Game 3 of this 82-game regular season, the 9th year of operation for the Blades and the 54th consecutive for the IHL. And don't say it, I have not been a part of all 54 years, although at times you feel like it. But if I had, it would be the greatest 54 years of my life. Kenny,
well, at least you didn't say anything about the number of teams I've been on. Okay.
Well, it's 2-0 right now. Wolves have the advantage. Again, the chances there for the Kansas City Blades offensively. Wolves take advantage of the chances they get, and it's 2-0 the bad guys.
Well, the real subtle difference is that Chicago is taking players to the net, but one of them's dropping back, Bob. They've got one guy going hard to the goaltender and a guy hanging off, and that's why Maltese has been getting his chances. That's exactly how LaRose got his goal. In contrast, the Blades are sending two guys hard. One of them is not dropping off, getting into the high slot so they can get the high shot on Healy. They got to get the puck up if they want to get it by this guy.
It's interesting when you analyze the goaltenders the Blades have seen so far. Ian Gordon in Grand Rapids, one of the keys was shoot the puck low on him. Marty Turco, Paul McLean thought shoot it high. You're saying the same thing now about Healy. David Ling did that on a semi-breakaway late in that period. You notice he tried to go upstairs on him, but just didn't work.
Well, he got him right on the dot on the forehead. Hit him right in the helmet, but that's where he's got to shoot the puck. And like I say, you got to aim for his head and hope that it goes under the crossbar and it's going to hit the twine.
All right, we invite you to stay with us. We'll come back and move right along here in our first intermission. We'll have a live chat with the new captain of the Kansas City Blades, Dan Ratushny. That's up next on Metro Sports and the Blades Radio Network.
You're about to enter a whole new world of entertainment at AMC Theater. Love seat style stable seating, Sony dynamic digital sound, huge wall-to-wall screens. So get ready to enjoy the show like you never have before. AMC Theaters, changing the way you see movies.
Hey, Godfather's Pizza fans, you love that blast from the past. Now, together for the first time, check out these all-time hits. You get a medium specialty pizza, a medium pepperoni pizza, our new chef salad, and new home-style brownie.
It's Godfather's Pizza's all-time hits. Only $16.99. Large pizza's just $4 more.
Pizza, the way pizza was meant to be.
And welcome back as we do a tap dance up here in the press box at Rosemont Horizon. Bob Kaiser along with Kenny Hammond, and we're stretching the limit here. Kenny trying to pull the cord over so we can move further left. We're being instructed to do that. Anyway, 2-0. The Chicago Wolves have the advantage. This is the first of 14 telecasts on Metro Sports. And again, we're certainly awfully happy to have you along with us, and we're happy to have downstairs Blades defenseman Dan Ratushny, who I know has to be feeling somewhat frustrated as far as the goal scoring is concerned, Dan, but again, so early in the year, and at least the chances indeed are coming this team's way.
Yeah, it's a bit of a frustrating start as far as the goals. We're getting a lot of chances, even that one in the first where it was a quick whistle and we actually scored after the whistle, but you know, that's hockey. Sometimes you go through little droughts like that. You got to just keep shooting the puck and don't overpass and just put the puck on net, and they tend to go in after a while.
Well, on radio, we've had a chance to congratulate you on being named the captain. Let's do that on television now, Dan. Obviously, a great honor for you, and especially so early with such a new cast of characters here to be named the captain. No doubt, it's quite an honor to be bestowed upon yourself.
Absolutely, it was a nice honor, but like we were chatting the other day, we got a lot of leaders. I think leadership comes from, you know, competing on the ice, and we got a lot of guys who do that. So I think leadership will be spread out amongst a lot of guys.
Of course, you're reunited with Coach McLean, too, now, aren't you? You had a pretty good season with him in Peoria in 95-96. In fact, you played in the IHL All-Star game that year.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that year. We had a really good team. We took Salt Lake City to 7 games, and if not for Tommy Salo, I think we would have knocked him off. But Coach McLean's good. He lets me play, and he just demands that you work hard, and I got no problem with that.
All right, Danny, we're not going to keep you here. Get back and join your team, and let's get back in the hockey game as well.
All right, thanks.
All right, Dan Ratushny joining us downstairs and back upstairs now. It seems like we're somewhat settled down a bit now, but we had a chance about a week and a half ago, Kenny, to visit with Mike Beheimer, who begins his first full season as the Senior Vice President of Business Operations for the Kansas City Blades, and we had a chance to talk to him about several subjects, including the challenge of promoting the Kansas City Blades.
Well, I think there are a lot of the same kind of challenges. You obviously have the personnel challenges inherent with any kind of organization, but I think that what I found is we have a great staff. We have a lot of people that can do the job. I just think it's a matter of giving them the accountability and the responsibility to do it. But other than a little tweaking, I think from a staff standpoint, it's real good. I think the other big thing that I've seen is the difference in players. I mean, with the Royals, you had some personalities, especially back 5-10 years ago. And with the players so far that I've seen here, you know, they'll do anything for you. They don't necessarily have their hands out. So I think that those are probably the two biggest differences so far. Well, we felt like that increasing our season ticket base was one of the most immediate priorities, and we looked at all different types of opportunities to do that, and we came up with Pucks and Planes, which is a partnership with iTravel, which is a local travel agency. And essentially, if you buy a full season ticket in the lower level of Kemper Arena, you get a round-trip ticket to one of several destinations around the country. And I'm not talking about just St. Louis or Tulsa or something. I mean, there's some really attractive cities on there. It's gone exceedingly well. Obviously, we're still in the middle of our sales campaign, and we will continue that campaign for some time now, even into the season. But, yeah, we're real excited with our season ticket sales, and now our sales staff is starting to focus a little bit on groups, and, of course, that's where we can make some difference, too.
Speaking of that sales staff, of course, we've been talking about new faces on the ice, but off the ice, several new faces and new positions in the Blades front office.
Yeah, I think it was real critical that we fill some key positions and even develop some new position in our ticket sales area, because that's where it all starts. I mean, sponsorships is a reflection of your ticket sales, so it was real important to beef up that staff. We have good people there. We brought some really good people in. We actually got so big that we had to move them out of Kemper Arena into a different office, but it's gone real well, and we're excited about that type of staff.
Mike Vieheimer, the Blades Senior Vice President of Business Operations, who came on board with the club in the latter stages of last season, now beginning his first year at the helm, certainly allowing Doug Soter now to focus more on the hockey side of things and put together what you know Doug is going to put together, another very good hockey team. Well, Paul McLean, his second-year head coach, is our guest when we return. It's 2-0 Wolves. We're coming your way from Rosemont Horizon in Chicago during intermission number 1.
Fresh. Friendly. Fun. Low prices all day, every day. With over 19 locations, there's a Kansas City Metro Hy-Vee near you.
They say the game these days is all about money. Well, not for the beer man. For the beer man, it's still about passion. When I crack open a cold Coors Light, I give 110%, just like those guys in the Rockies. And when a fan shouts, "Hey, beer man!" that frost brew refreshment is delivered like an inside fastball. No, it's not about money. It's about exercise. I gotta drop some pounds.
Coors Light! Get your Coors Light here!
Superior location. Superior facility.
Superior service.
Superior sales staff.
Superior is the only premier Buick and Cadillac dealership in Kansas City.
We want you to be a Superior customer for life, not just a one-time sale.
Right now, test drive the new and exciting line of Cadillacs, including the all-new Catera. Available now at Superior Buick Cadillac, located in the Superior Auto Mall.
Most auto insurance agents are a bit unforgiving.
Dust is burnt. $800.
Yeah. And it seems every little mistake you make costs you plenty.
I only missed one.
$700.
But Rodney D. Young recognizes that mishaps happen.
Just one slipper? You'll pay for that.
So, if your driving record has hit a bump, give us a call.
$900.
We'll save you some money.
Think Young. Rodney D. Young.
5611999.
Well, head coach Paul McLean, you get your wish. You get back to Rosemont Horizon. Unfortunately, it's about 5 months after the time you really wanted to be here. And, of course, an overtime goal away from venturing into this place to take on the Wolves last season. But that's all behind us now. It's a new season, and indeed we are here in Chicago. A 0-2 start, but you're not concerned about it because the team played pretty well this past weekend.
Oh yeah, Bob, we still have 80 games to play, and the fact that we generated 60-plus scoring chances is a very positive sign for our team, but the only negative sign is that we only scored 1 goal. So the old saying is, if you're not getting the chances, that when you should be concerned about it. So no, we're not concerned about it at this moment in time. We just want to make sure we maintain our work ethic and our focus the way we played the game, and if we continue to work and play the way we did in the first 2 games, those kind of games find a way of evening themselves out over the next course of 80 games.
Certainly no questioning the work ethic at all, Coach. I thought the intensity level of those games, not only your team but your opponents, was really something to behold and something to look forward to this season.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the change in the playoff format, and that there's only 12 teams make the playoffs now out of the 16 teams, and that really puts an urgency into the regular season where you can't really afford to go in any kind of a prolonged snooze and give away points. It puts an onus on every point, and at this point in the season, you can make the playoffs in October, November by playing well and putting together a winning streak out of the gate. So I think every team in the league is, at least the first 2 we played against, have the same thought process as we do, and both those games certainly could have gone either way. We could be sitting here at 2-0 just as easily as being here at 0-2. So I think the change in the playoff format has really put an emphasis on the regular season, and it should make for a very exciting regular season.
In addition to the youth of this league, too, not just your team, but throughout the IHL. I mean, I don't know what the average age is last year compared to this season, but it's got to be at least a couple of years younger, I would imagine.
Well, it has to be. I mean, I know our team's average age dropped by 4 to 5 years, and I know Kalamazoo has some. They still have some of the young players they had last year, but they also got an infusion of some other good young players and some still relatively young players with some NHL experience that Dallas sent them in and really made them, after playing them one time, a pretty good-looking team in the East. So I think that the whole league has gotten younger, and that enthusiasm and that urgency and speed to the game is just going to make the IHL a very exciting hockey game to watch this season.
We're going to get a chance to talk about this team and its on-ice performance and backgrounds of all these players. I want to know your thoughts on this team off the ice, Paul. You've been around a lot of teams as a player and now as a coach. It just seems to me like this club is about as loose as any that I know I've ever been around.
Well, we seem to have brought in a lot of players with character, and they all seem to have a sense of humor, and they also have a very strong work ethic. When you mix those 2 things into a chemistry set, they usually come out to being a pretty close team that works hard and has a lot of fun when they play. So we believe the chemistry in this team is still forming, but we feel we've brought in the right kind of people with the right kind of work ethic and sense of dedication to the game. So we feel that by the end of the season, this team is going to be very close, and they're going to be very hard to beat.
Back in May, you would have beaten this Wolves team, wouldn't you?
Well, we feel quite confident that we know one thing for sure: they didn't want to play us. And I'm not saying we would have beat them, but I know that we would have come in here with a lot of confidence, feeling that we could have beaten them. And we felt all summer that we were 1 shot or 1 game away from a potential Turner Cup championship, and we still feel that way.
All right, Coach Paul McLean, our guest. Stand by. We've got second period action coming your way next. The Blades and the Wolves from Rosemont Horizon.
Keep the change.
Enjoy your flight.
Buy your Blades Hockey lower level season ticket and get a free round trip to one of 18 cities coast to coast. Our Pucks and Planes offer will put a smile on your face. Call 84-BLADE today to get your hockey season off to a flying start and have an ice day.
Getting dressed for work used to be simple. Blue or gray. But now that the work environment has become, well, more relaxed, dressing's followed suit. Which is why we can help you look like you're ready for business, no matter what type of business you're in. With, of course, a few possible exceptions.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
1-800-776-SUIT.
Bob Kaiser, Ken Hammond back in Chicago, 2-0 Wolves, and here's how it happened as we take a look for those of you watching on Metro Sports.
Well, an unfortunate giveaway on this first goal, Bob, as it kicks into the corner. Blades defenseman just tries to shove this puck up the boards, but unfortunately it gets into the middle of the ice rather than up the boards, and there's LaRose. Great shot off the post, but there's the difference, Bob, that we talked about. They've got guys out high as opposed to right in front of Lalim. We're going to take a look at the second goal here. Scramble in front. Lalim makes that first save, and Black comes in and picks up the garbage from the side.
That's what makes this Chicago team so deadly, Ken. They have a lot of guys, it seems, that can score from way out, and of course smart enough to get in and pounce on those rebounds and take advantage.
Well, that's their bread and butter. They send one guy hard, and as the shots indicate, they're pretty even. You know, looking at the shots, you wouldn't know that the Wolves had capitalized on 2 of their chances, and the Blades haven't. So they need to get one early here, though. They don't want to go down by 3 goals.
First period highlight and stat package brought to you by Chili's Grill and Bar, where they grill like no place else. We are underway. Those of you on radio down in Clinton and Warrensburg, Missouri, and the surrounding areas, as well as our flagship on KCMO. The Blades in their road reds moving right to left. The Wolves in their home whites with the maroon, gold, black, and green trim are going left to right. Play right now in the Chicago zone to our left. Pat Versweiler with puck control. Runs into traffic. Now the Wolves give it away. Cerrone behind the net trying to muscle out in front, but he was denied. Puck rolling around the high slot. Wolves tap it free to center. Now Malte with it there. Lost it at the line. Now deflects it in. As Dody Wood retrieves it, we're 1 minute into the second period of play. Now Wood up the middle for Pat Versweiler, broken up at the line, and the Blades are going to be called offside here. Face off in the neutral zone, 1 minute and 4 seconds into the second period of play.
Bob, that line of Versweiler and Dody Wood, as we mentioned, with Jason Cerrone, pretty high potent checking line, if you want to call them that. But you may notice that Dody isn't being as physical as he usually is, and that's probably because he has a broken hand, folks. Only Dody Wood would be out there with a broken hand. This guy can play through pain like the best of them, but he can't really fight here tonight. But he's playing a physical game and has to be careful because he doesn't want to make that hand any worse than it already is.
Well, he picked up where he left off in a Blades uniform over the weekend. 3 fights in 2 games. But he can play a little too. Let's not forget that. And certainly he proved that. The most notable game in his career, and certainly one of the more memorable in Blades franchise history, the 3-goal hat trick in the deciding game at Detroit in the playoffs in '95.
Boy, was he juiced on that one. He must have had about 5 cups of coffee before that game. I think a few of us were borderline, shut up, Dody, and sit down. He was wound.
Now play into the Kansas City zone. Tilley from the right point let a weak shot go, hoping for a tip. It went right through to Lalim. Steers it aside. Now a pass intended for LaRose. Went right through him. The Blades on the move, but a pass for Bonin at the line. Knocked down. Wolves flip it across the line. Blades jam it back in. Trapped offside are the visitors, and they get a face-off in the neutral zone. Sparse crowd here tonight. They had over 18,000, Kenny, for their home opener on Saturday. This is a franchise that has been right around the 10,000, 9 to 10,000 a game per game average mark in the 4-year history of the franchise, and certainly really landed on the map here last year by winning the Turner Cup.
Well, there's a lot of things going on at this time of year, too, with high school football, and it's tough in the midweeks. Those Wednesday games are tough draws in October.
Mulhern with the puck for Kansas City. Ed Manning for Eric Perrin. Perrin wandering across that line. To the corner he goes, rubbed up by Gosselin. Now the puck behind the Chicago net. The Wolves with it. Long pass broken up at center ice, controlled by Trevor Sherbin. Now Sherbin, who was with the Blades the last couple of months of the season a year ago. He wristed one over top of the net. Looked like Healy might have gotten his glove on it. As the Wolves now send the puck to center ice, and from there the Blades, Eric Perrin will send it back in. Blades had a man alone out in front. That was Jean-Guy Trudel, but the pass was way behind him, and here comes Chicago. Scott Pearson to the line. Good play by Bilodeau to reach in and tap the puck away. Now Bilodeau knocking down a shot into the zone. Finally gains control of the puck. Left it for Eric Rood. Up the left wing to Dody Wood. The pass knocked away, but Wood recovers and strips it away from LaRouche. Here come the Blades now. Pat Versweiler across the line. Versweiler right wing corner, rubbed neatly into the play by Millimog. Jeremy Millimog, who had a heck of a bout with Dody Wood last year at Kemper Arena. Tying up the Blades. Kansas City up with a puck and a centering pass, and That's knocked away. Here comes Chicago the other way. And across the line on the left side, Featherstone. Into the corner he goes. Eric Rude rides him out of there, but he flips the puck around to the near boards. Malte tapped it behind the Blades net. LaRouche left point. Featherstone is shot. That's wide. Rebound in front of Malte, a backhander. That was denied by Lalime. Here comes Wood the other way. Long shot, and Healy sends it aside. Puck rolling off to the right point. Controlled by Gronman. Left point now to Welsing. A shot save. Rebound came back to the point. Gronman trying to hold it in, can't, and the Wolves march right back. Up the left wing, Dan Plante. Good play by Welsing to stand him up along the boards. Now in goes Wood to wheel it up the near side and over there for Kansas City. Here's Malte with it now. Centering pass. Another good defensive play by Welsing, but he had the puck tapped away. Blades just trying to get it out of there right now. Dody Wood turns and can't clear it. Now finally Jason Cerrone up with a puck. One man back, that's Nardella. Drop pass in front. Ling trying to negotiate his way in front. Can't do it. And the goaltender, Healy, covers up as Ling gets into it with Breslin out in front of the net. We'll pause here. 15:35 left, second period. Wolves lead the Blades by a 2-0 count. Just a couple of days before the Blades get home for their Kemper debut on Friday. Stay with us from Chicago. More Blades hockey coming up in a moment.
Just take a look, good things are happening. Someone who cares and wants to make it better.
When you subscribe to the Kansas City Star, you take the whole city in your hands. News that spotlights your community with all the information you need to know.
Go on and take the star into your life. With all the things we know, we help you make it right. Someone's looking out, someone's here to stay. Just take the star into your life today.
Getting dressed for work used to be simple. Blue or gray. But now that the work environment has become, well, more relaxed, dressing's followed suit. Which is why we can help you look like you're ready for business, no matter what type of business you're in. With, of course, a few possible exceptions.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
1-800-776-SUIT.
As I mentioned, Friday night, the Blades at home for the first time, and in front they score! Dave Chizowski right off a face-off, and the Blades are on the board. Kenny Hammond and trail it 2-1. Just 4:29 into the second period of play.
Well, there's only one other way to beat a flopper, Bob, and that's to fake a shot and go around them, and that's exactly what the second overall pick from the New York Islanders many years ago did. What a goal scorer's goal on that. Watch this. He fakes the shot, makes Healy go down, and then just runs out of real estate so he can sneak it in the left side. Great play by Dave Chizowski.
Perfect way to come back from the commercial break.
Tell you, that was a heady play. He had guys all over the back of him, knew he didn't have much time, but just toe drag off to the left side and right around Healy.
And action underway again. Wolves attempting to head into the Kansas City zone. Puck came free. Ratushny knocked it down. Clearing attempt. Broken up by Dave Kravitz. Blades, however, got it back again and scoop it through the neutral zone. Nardella with it for Chicago. Neat little pass to Kravitz across the line. His long shot to Flex Park corner where Brendan Urema will play it for Kansas City. Now Urema scooped it out to center ice. Chizowski comes up with it there. Flips it in on net. Healy redirects it far corner. Now a long rink-wide pass. Breslin unable to corral that one. Bilodeau's got the puck to Trudell, and the Blades have a breakaway. Jean-Guy Trudell with a shot, and he sailed it wide of the net. Pretty passing play, but Trudell can't finish it off. Now the Blades penetrate the goal mouth again. A pass, and that's knocked away. Left point, Bilodeau turns and winds it back around the end boards. Blades have the puck. Nifty moving the corner. Trudell, he takes his man down. Now a trip by the Wolves, and that should even it all up when it's all said and done. And no, it won't. They're going to call just the Blades for the penalty. Take a look at Trudell.
Well, Trudell,
Perrin, that is, Kenny. Isn't Nardella doing the exact same thing to Perrin that Perrin just did to Trudell?
Well, that's what Perrin's saying to him. He's pointing to himself. He's not doing a Dion impression. Take a look at this flurry in front of the net, though, Bob. You could throw a blanket over all as it comes over to the front of the net.
Hello.
Well, that's... There should be at least a match. Watch the flurry in front here, though, Bob. All three of the blades go to the front of the net. One of them needs to drop off high here. Couldn't quite get that pass through off the short side, although they were trying to squeak it through. Healy made a great play intercepting the puck.
All right, Wolves have the game's first power play here, Kenny, with now 14:05 to go in the second period. As mentioned, the Blades at home Friday night. And, of course, tickets available at the Kemper Arena box office on the south side of the building between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. But also, don't forget, Blades sales members of the sales team are in the office right now awaiting your call regarding the Pucks and Planes promotion and anything else you'd like to talk about. But if you buy a lower level season ticket, you get 15% off of the regular price and a free airline ticket to one of 18 different destinations, all brought to you by iTravel. The number 842-5233. That's 84-Blade. They're standing by now.
What else are they going to talk about? You said anything else they want to talk about? You got Dr. Laura in there?
Fans just want to talk hockey. We've got some capable people in there that probably wouldn't mind talking hockey themselves.
I want to talk about that last call. That was awful.
Or the lack of a call. Wolves still with 1:22 to go in their power play. Now an errant pass will result in an icing call against Chicago. So 1:16 left in the Blades penalty to Eric Perrin. 13:31 to go second period. The Blades on the strength of a Dave Chazowski goal. Right back in it, trailing it 2-1.
We had that close-up on Perrin there, Bob. Of course, he was a prolific goal scorer with the University of Vermont. He was great his freshman year. I remember he had at least 20 goals in each of his seasons. I think he was the all-time leading goal scorer at the University of Vermont with 107. So Perrin consistent, and he was tagged right after his freshman year in the ECAC, the Eastern Athletic Conference.
Outside called against the Wolves. So far their power play has not exactly clicked, has it?
Well, neither is their penalty killing. They were scored on twice out of 4 chances in their opening night game. So they're standing at a 50% penalty kill record, which we'd rather talk about rather than the 7% power plays that the Blades have.
You don't think Barry Emmons has been hearing about it? Emmons, for the most part, in charge of the power play.
I'm starting the comeback rumors.
Emmer? Have you seen him skating?
A little big.
Here comes LaRouche for Chicago, trying to work out in front. Blades do a good job to pounce on him and steal the puck and send it back down the ice with 32 seconds to go in the Wolves power play. Now Tilley at center had a pass broken up on a good play by penalty killer extraordinaire Jason Cerrone, paired up with another outstanding penalty killer, Pat Ferschweiler, who forces Healy to smother the puck, and we'll get a face-off down in the Chicago zone.
A couple Western Michigan donkeys going at it there. Glenn Healy used to drive him nuts when I lived with him my second-year pro. How are the donkeys doing this year? Of course, Western Michigan wasn't as good as RPI at that time, but...
What'd you call him, Mr. Drysdale?
Milburn Drysdale. Heels has always been very into his money and how he handles it. Good for him, though. He's got a lot more than I do right now.
He is the salary cap in the IHL right now, isn't he? Is he $1.5 million or somewhere in that vicinity?
Well, we could sign him. We just couldn't put any players out in front of him. We'd have to make his pads bigger.
Here's Trudell now with the puck for Kansas City. Great job of penalty killing by the Blades. They easily deny the Wolves of that chance. Now the puck rolling around that Chicago zone. Marinucci up with it in a pass, broken up. Here comes Perrin back and across the line. Now Perrin dumped the puck free. Trudell with a shot right on. Good save by Healy. And Kenny Hammond pointing upwards. Here's a long shot from the point right on. Healy another save. They tap the puck to the far side. Pearson can't clear it. Ratushny now let it go. That deflects near corner. Eric Perrin for Kansas City. Threw it back in front. That's tapped away. The puck right in front of backhand shot, and Healy with a save. Great pressure by Kansas City, are really taking control of this second period. Now an errant pass goes sliding back to the Kansas City line. Boy, the Wolves have to thank the Blades. That was the only way they could get the puck out of their own end. It was a Blades pass that wound up going into the Kansas City zone, and now a two-line pass called on the play with 11:22 to go. We're in the second period, and no doubt the momentum has shifted dramatically. Blades on the board, trailing at 2-1, trying to get equal, and we'll be back to describe more of this second period for you in just a moment.
In a world where every second counts, a quick call can make a big difference.
Cordell, I think the safety will bite on the play action.
All right. Thanks, Bob. That's why now all calls under 30 seconds are free. Introducing Sprint Cents Anytime, where all calls are a dime a minute and calls under 30 seconds are on our dime. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP for Sprint Cents Anytime.
Thanks, Bob.
When you finish your program here, you're definitely ready for the workforce.
Before I even started looking for a job, I had 3 employers call me instead of me calling them for an interview.
I was looking for a local school that had a real good computer networking program, and NAU had exactly what I was looking for.
Tomorrow's world today, NAU.
Well, a face-off coming up just outside the Chicago blue line, 2-1 Wolves.
Well, Bob, we were commenting off the break there how the Blades are getting great chances, but they need to get that puck up. Glenn Healy has been able to steer a lot of the shots that are coming at them because they're low. The ones from the point are even low. Even if they can throw them up and force them to handle it, I think they'll have better success.
Puck is dumped into the Kansas City zone. As they battle now and behind the KC net.
Well, they've taken the lead in the shots after that flurry in the last few minutes. Wow, what a save by Ling there, Bob. They threw that puck right out in front, and again, they're coming from all sides on him and putting one guy high so that he can't really come out. But here's the flurry. Look at Ratushny. Shoots low, rebound right out in front. Puck's going to come around again, and they're going to get another whack at it. Ratushny's going to throw it into the corner, trying to make a pass, and here comes a shot. It's going to be low. Healy kicks it away. And it's going to come again. Backhand shot, and he steers it into the corner again. They got to get those shots up because on every one of those, Healy's tendency is to go down.
Now the Blades Pat Ferschweiler with a puck on the right side. Lost it, but Eric Rude follows up and sends it back up the right wing. Ferschweiler across that line. Taken down by Tilly, and we'll get a penalty against Chicago. And the Blades, who are coming on strong, now have a power play chance. Kenny, their first opportunity of the game.
Well, we talked about it, Bob. Tilly and Nardella they're 2 skilled defensemen, but they're the ones that are most vulnerable. Ferschweiler just keeps his legs churning there, and then he takes a little bit of a dive at the end to seal the call. That's a great play by Pat Ferschweiler. You got to go wide on Tilly and Featherstone. Featherstone's a little stronger on his stick, but still he can be beaten wide as well, and he's going to take a couple holding or interference calls. That's a guy you want in the box, too. Tilly is so skilled. Of course, he's played many NHL games with the St. Louis Blues. A lot of the Kansas City fans may recognize his name.
He's a free agent this summer and arguably one of the best defensemen in this league. Some think maybe he is the top. Now Perrin right in front, backhand shot kicked away by Healy. Thomas Gronman. Remember the 98 Finnish bronze medal winning team at the Olympic Games. Shot it behind the net. Wolves take it away and wing it all the way down the ice. Lalime out of his goal will swing it now to Dan Ratushny. Perrin up front with Mulhern and Trudell on this power play. Gronman and Ratushny at the points. Now Healy lifted it around the far side. Held in for the moment by Ratushny, but the puck came free, and well, it'll be the Wolves to fire it all the way down the ice as LaPuma got a hold of it. Oh, minute 10 still to go in the Kansas City power play. Mulhern lost the puck at the line, and the Wolves again send it down.
Ratushny trying to get a change here, Bob. Usually he lugs the mail, but he dished on that one, trying to get in the zone and get off the ice. Had a little bit of confusion at the blue line for the Blades.
Ratushny to Eric Rude, stood up in the neutral zone by Berglund, and again the Wolves shoot it all the way down. Lalime lets it slide through to Ratushny far corner. Still 44 seconds left in the man advantage. 9:12 to go, second period. Chicago leads the Blades 2-1. Puck sent in, Healy out trying to clear it, broken up by Bonin. It's rolling around in front. Root steps into a shot, and that's blocked. Rebound in front, backhander save. They pound away at the puck. They continue to hammer and score.
to go crazy on this one, Bob. How he could not blow the whistle after he's blown it the last 5 times. That puck definitely was still loose in the crease, though, and the Blades. How about the gumption of these guys? That Blades team from last year certainly wouldn't have been whacking away the way these guys did at that goal. That was incredible. All 5 of them, I think, were around that crease area.
Did anybody get hit here?
Well, the defenseman makes a great play blocking it there, and then it hits the back of Ling's leg, and then the whacking begins. Look at it. It's loose here, loose. And they finally knock it in. I think Chizowski was the one that finally got it, Bob.
Indeed it was. Chizowski, who didn't get a lot of it, Kenny, but enough to roll it into the net. Blades with intense pressure. How many shots do they have there? About 5? Goodness sakes. Healy did all he could to keep the puck out of the net, but he got very little support out in front. There really is not too much body banging going on in front of that goal mouth, Kenny.
Well, that's where Featherstone and LaPuma have to step up, and I'm sure Anderson's going to be having a little chat with those guys. That's when you just throw the cross checks right in the small of the back and start knocking bodies everywhere.
So all of a sudden, we've got ourselves a brand new game, tied at 2 apiece. Now the Wolves, LaRousse with a puck to Malte, right in front with a feed for Dan Klon. He couldn't come up with it, and the Blades chip it off the right wing boards back to the Wolves zone. Blades have got the puck. Here's Verschweiler. Walks around one man in front with a shot. He slipped it just wide of the net. Now Bilodeau threw it back behind the goal. Cerrone tied up. Plant trying to come up with it. Verschweiler, look at the work ethic of this guy. Diving all over the place. Keeps the puck alive. Left point Bilodeau. He sends it far corner. Nardella after it there will turn and launch it back to the Blades end. Boy, this period has just been owned by Kansas City. And Bilodeau's clearing attempt off the glass into the seats. Down below.
Let's take a look at that last opportunity by the Wolves, though, Bob. And key on Eric Rude makes a great play in front. He's going to go long body here, watch, and takes away the pass. And it's just enough that it forces that pass a little towards the blue line, and it's just off the mark. That's a great play by Rude.
Brand new game tied at 2. More Blades hockey from Chicago be coming your way after we pause for these commercial messages.
Quick. Name the largest unmanaged expense in your business. Stumped? Here's a hint. We designed a company from the ground up to help drive down your travel costs and make your business more efficient. What exactly are you getting for those service fees your travel agent's charging you? It could be solutions to escalating travel costs, tools to help you manage your business travel, and innovative strategies to help you retain and attract employees. Or maybe not.
Ward's Outlet World is Kansas City's discount leader in quality name furniture, appliances, and apparel. Outlet World has a huge inventory, with shipments arriving daily. Big selection, big discounts with savings up to 70% off clearance prices on apparel. Only at Outlet World will you find savings from 15 to 70% off original retail prices on major name brands like Simmons, La-Z-Boy, Maytag, and more.
This week, 30% off the already reduced Outlet World price on selected recliners.
I got a whistle. Bob Gazer, Ken Hammond back in Chicago, and here come the Blades. 2-on-1, Perrin behind the defense in. Great save. Rebound, score! Did they not?
Oh, they scored.
They score. Well, they did that time for sure. And the Blades, referee never made a signal, Kenny. But the Blades have taken a 3-2 lead. We got to go to commercial break more often. Every time we come back, we score.
What a play by Eric Perrin, though. He just sacrificed the body. He goes head first into that left post, and it throws Healy into the back of the net. Watch Perrin here. He's going to go Pat LaFontaine, fake inside-outside, and just leaves it wide open.
And it's Trudell who pops in behind the play and scores the goal.
Healy's carried right into the back of the net and just can't recover in time. That puck shot out right away.
So just like that, the Kansas City Blades have a 3-2 lead. 3 unanswered second period goals.
Well, the fundamentals were there, Bob. Everybody said these guys are going to eventually break it open, and that's certainly what they've done here.
Puck is behind the Kansas City net. Ratushny with it to the near side to Sherbin. It handcuffed him, but Mulhern's there to pick it up and throw it off to center. Now back in the right defense, Jeremy Millimar. Lifted up the boards. James Black, who has one of the 2 Chicago goals, will feed it deep into the Blades end, or Ratushny's there to get it. Now ahead to center ice to Brian Bonin. Bonin will turn and Send it deep onto Wolves ice where Tilley's in control. 6:37 left. We're in the second period. Blades are trailed 2-0 entering this period. Right now have a 3-2 lead, and they bid for more. Here's Ling in front for Chizowski. The pass went right to the net. Rebound Chizowski. Oh, he had Healy down again, but the defenseman did a good job to tie him up. And the Wolves with the puck shot it back in. Close call, Kenny, and again Healy was down.
Well, Chizowski is just playing an inspired game here tonight. He's been all over this D for the Chicago Wolves. And this D is certainly going to get a dressing down by John Anderson here for their effort in the second period for the Chicago Wolves.
And you like the work ethic of the Blades? I've been telling you, you're going to love this team. Look at that. Brian Bonin diving to poke the puck away. Wolves maintain control. Long shot from the right point by Gosselin. Sailed wide of the net. Berglund left point with it. In front, here's Breslin turning. Now Breslin carried it far boards. In front, Berglund by himself. Shot save Lalim, who does a good job to come to the top of the goal mouth and cut down the angle and really make what should have been a difficult save look easy.
Well, one thing this Blades team needs to work on, Bob, is closing just a little bit quicker. Dronman again coming up here just a little bit too late and allowing them to take the shot. See number 8 there? He's going to have to learn to pick up that loose man. He can't get mesmerized by the puck. But that's something he's going to learn. I mean, he's still a young player. And take a look at this goal from this angle. This is great. He's going to nail the post. Puck's going to come out. Wide open net. Healy can't recover. Boy, I tell you what, in fairness to Healy, he's sure been left out to dry in a few of these goals here tonight.
Did you see referee Jay Jacobs there? I mean, a referee is supposed to point at the net when there's a goal. Jacobs was just non-emotional. It showed absolutely nothing. That's why I was a little confused, and the light didn't come on either when the Blades popped it in. Now we're going to get a penalty against Kansas City in the neutral zone. Tripped up on the play.
Dan
Fly.
Yeah. Guy should be from Europe the way he dives. He used to love to wrap him right in the ankles when we played against him. He'd drop it to anything. He'd just lay a little stick on him and away he goes. Although this was pretty good. They turned him around a little bit and ripped his glove off.
There was nothing extra thrown in there, was there?
Yeah, it still deserves a little tap on the back of the head as you go by.
Eric Rudolph for hooking at 14:34. Wolves have their second power play chance. Friday night, home opener, Blades and Houston Aeros. The famous chicken will be there. Same two teams go at it Saturday at Kemper. Our play here resumes. In fact, the Blades have a 4-game homestand coming up. Won't be on the road again until the 24th when we go to Cincinnati. Lots of TV coming your way. Great radio. Blades, of course, down the dial on KCMO this year. Just about every game will be live. Now here's Cerrone for Kansas City with a shot from the right wing circle that missed the net. Blades up with the puck, short-handed. Ratushny backing up into his own zone. Will scoop it out to center. Malte throws it to the near boards, and Dody Wood will go grab it.
Who's got the power play here?
No kidding. Minute 18 left in the Wolves power play. 3-2 Kansas City. Blades have peppered one Healy with 16 shots on net already in this period. Still 4.5 minutes to go. Now Urema battling for the puck on the far side. Clearing attempt did not go out, but a pass intended for Nardella is out of his reach and goes out to center ice. Now Tilley plays it to Malte. Malte a pass, hit Pearson, deflects onto into the Blade zone. Sherman ripped it around the near side. Puck into the corner where Bilodeau rubs out Malte. Now Sherman has the puck up the near side to Dody Wood, who golfs it down the ice with 36 seconds left in the Kansas City penalty.
Boy, they're doing a great job putting pressure down low, and for this team not having been together for so long, Bob, they're doing a great job of switching and communicating down low in their own end.
Featherstone to Tilley. Tilley at the line. Stood up by Bilodeau, forced to shoot it in. Sherman has it for KC and rips it down the ice once more with only 15 seconds to go in the Wolves power play. Now Featherstone and behind his own net to Gosselin. Gosselin chased the puck down on the far side. Rink wide Featherstone. A look and a pass to the mark, center ice. And across the line, Marinucci. Penalty to Kansas City over. Blades trying to clear the puck. Can't. Second try, they will. Ratushny had it, then had it stripped away. Hirschweiler goes in to lend support. Clears it to center. Here's Pearson back across the line. Good play there in the Blades. And Ratushny will chop the puck into the Wolves' end. Now here comes Chicago, and an offside will be called against the Wolves. Pause in the play. 3:07 left, second period. A period owned by the Blades. 3 unanswered goals has them in front, 3-2.
Keep the change.
Enjoy your flight.
Buy your Blades Hockey lower level season ticket and get a free round trip to one of 18 cities coast to coast. Our Pucks and Planes offer will put a smile on your face. Call 84-BLADE today to get your hockey season off to a flying start and have an ice day.
Our customers are proud of their new Dodge.
This is my Gladstone Dodge.
They got a great deal.
This is my Gladstone Dodge.
From a big selection, this is my Gladstone Dodge. Because we treat our customers like family.
This is my Gladstone Dodge.
This is your Gladstone Dodge. Come in today for outstanding values like this and be a part of the Gladstone Dodge family.
This is your Gladstone Dodge.
And we welcome you back again to Rosemont Horizon here in Chicago. 3-2 Kansas City. Dave Chisowski a pair of goals. Jean-Guy Trudel has got the Blades out in front. They trailed 2-0 after 1, but this period has just belonged to the visitors from the Heartland as the play right now down in the left wing corner in the Chicago zone. 4 players converge to battle for puck control. Now they tap it up the boards to the point, held in. Long shot by Perrin found its way through, and Healy will scoop that one up. Healy's starting to show a little frustration, Kenny, and I can't blame him because he's not getting a whole lot of help.
I tell you, I think it started in the warm-up, and watching them in the warm-up, and these guys were coming around. It was almost like, hey, watch me score on the NHL goalie. They were popping them off the post and putting them off the crossbar. And warm-ups is a real critical time for a goaltender. That's when you want to let them feel the puck, just come around and do your little shooting drills and try and nail them in the pads, let them get a feel of it. He came out of the net 2 or 3 times on different drills, Bob, just with frustration because they weren't letting him feel the puck. So I think that frustration's carrying over into the game a little bit.
30 shots he's been faced with already, Kenny. 30 shots, and we're not even at the end of the second period. Blades came into this game averaging 41. And keep in mind, that's on the road.
Well, I think about 10 of those shots are from outside of the crease area, too. So those extra rebounds and whacks that they've been getting is probably the most frustrating for Heels.
I'll tell you what, I like this Blades team. Scrappy, feisty, dedicated club, no doubt about it. As the Wolves right now got the puck here. Look out, Black right in front, had it poked away, and a great effort by Lalime. Now the Blades attempting to work out. If they had gotten control of the puck, they would have had a 2-on-1. But the Wolves managed to hold it in. Now Bilodeau with it, scooping it up the glass. Not out. Bilodeau will have a second try. And this time he'll clear it out of harm's way. Icing will be the call as Tom Tilley will go back and make the touch with 1 minute and 45 seconds left here in the second period of play.
We got scrappy, we got feisty, but we got some screwballs out there too. These guys are fun. It was kind of neat going down to the dressing room area before the game, talking with Paul McLean and Gary Emmons down there, and Dody came in, and Furch and Cerrone, and was asking those guys, you know, how's the team shaping up? He says, you wouldn't believe these guys. We got some cuckoos on this team. Guys shooting pucks at referees in the last game.
Well, the Wolves have just scored. Malte and a scramble out in front of the net. Boy, Malte is almost good for at least one every game, isn't he? That puck was rolling around. It came to Malte, and you do not want to leave him in a position like that.
Certainly
More times than not, he's going to kill you.
Certainly ruined our party, weren't we? We were getting full of ourselves up here, enjoying the Blades lead. Maltese just strikes again, taking advantage of the good carom off the glass. And he was right in front of the net, Bob. And that's what Maltese does so well. He was right in front of the net, right in the crease area, and as that puck bounced off the glass, he moved back. And by the time he unleashed his shot, he was back by the hash marks in the circle. Just gives himself a little extra room.
Blades work the puck into the Chicago zone. Here's Cerrone picking it up, trying to muscle in front with his pass. It is broken up, and the Wolves send it all the way down. Eric Root will go back and touch it. And icing call with 1:05 to go in the second period of play. Pat Frischweiler hobbling off the ice. He went crashing pretty heavily into those boards, Kenny, in his usual blue-collar effort and trying to track that puck down. Here's a look at it.
Oh, he's very lucky. He finally righted himself here. He would have been head first into there. He tried to scramble at the last minute. He almost went dead center, top of his head, right into the boards, and that would have been a neck injury for sure. Pretty tough customer, though. We're having a tough start to this year already.
Monton LaPuma assist on Malte's goal, his second of the year. Blades goals, Chizowski 2 of them, Trudell 1. Malte, LaRose, and Black for Chicago. Under a minute to go in the second period. Puck flipped into the Wolves zone. Trudell chased his man down in the corner. They wheel it around the near side and now flip it to center where Welsing's got it for Kansas City. Rocky Welsing sending it in behind. That's Chicago net. Wolves up with the puck, march back and across the line. Guy LaRose. Now LaRose spinning along the near side, playing for his 9th team in the last 8 years. Guy LaRose. A pass to the point, ended up at center ice, and the Wolves now just fire it back into the Kansas City zone.
Your point is? What's wrong with playing with that?
Well, got to have the middle initial H for Hammond. 2 line pass called against Kansas City.
I tell you, I like these guys, though. I'm going to move right off of that topic.
Guys, like, if we had him and you on the same team trying to put you guys in our media guide, we'd have to add 16 more pages.
I tell you, I was keying on Trudell there that last shift, and they dumped the puck in, and he went after Glenn Featherstone like nobody else. He just followed him right into the corner, finished him, and knocked him down to the ice, and gave him a little extra shot. And that's not something that your typical veteran that has been around here for 5 or 6 years would have done.
Now Cerrone steals the puck pass, and a shot by Frischweiler never got through, and that's going to do it. Second period has come to an end. So a great second period, tarnished somewhat at the end when Steve Malte scored with 1:35 to go to pull Chicago into a tie here. So we are 3-3 after 2 periods of action in Chicago, Illinois. We will be back, and all kinds of activity coming up during our second intermission. A couple of interviews. One will feature Dody Wood, who, yes, is back. Dody Wood and David Ling will be our guest during intermission number 2. It's 3-3 from Chicago on Metro Sports and the Blades Radio Network.
It's a quality of life. It's people taking care of you. People who'll be there for you when you need them to.
St. Luke's Shawnee Mission Health System. When it's time to feel good.
When it's time to feel good.
Priorities. I've worked for several computer consulting companies that said they cared for my priorities, but I knew that wasn't true. Then I found Midwest Consulting Group. They offer great benefits, proactive work teams, and a family atmosphere I haven't found anywhere else. Midwest Consulting Group's commitment to building trust between clients and their consultants is priority 1, and that trust allows me to work on my priorities.
Midwest Consulting Group, partners in achieving your goals.
Bob Kaiser, Ken Hammond back again in Chicago. I want to thank the great crew here working with us at Rosemont Horizon, including our producer Eddie Dean, who came up with a great word a moment ago, smidge. I haven't heard that word in a while, but he wanted us to move a smidge to the left as we continue to try and jockey for position up here. But
using that word with you, I'd say smudge. Use a smudge over to the left.
3-3 our score right now after 40 minutes. We're happy to have you with us on TV as well as our radio network down in Warrensburg and Clinton. It's been a pretty good hockey game, Kenny. You know, I'm still amazed at the intensity and the level of play that we've seen so early in the season. We had 2 terrific, almost mid-season form-type games this past weekend. Pretty much the same thing here tonight.
Well, I came in expecting these young guys to really impress me with their enthusiasm, but one thing that's really stood out here tonight has been the veterans, if you can call them that. 27-year-old Chizowski, a veteran. Chizowski has played an excellent game. Frischweiler got things going midway through the second period by drawing a penalty, and they picked up that second goal. And Dody Wood, although he's hurting a little bit and can't play his normal feisty game, is playing just physical enough to throw off Nardell and Tilly off their game. So I think it's been an effective second period for the Blades.
All right, let's head back for another break here. When we return, we'll have a visit with Dody Wood, who's standing by live downstairs. So arguably the most popular player in Blades franchise history will be chatting with us when we return to Rosemont Horizon in Chicago, Illinois.
They say the game these days is all about money. Well, not for the beer man. For the beer man, it's still about passion. When I crack open a cold Coors Light, I give 110%, just like those guys in the Rockies. And when a fan shouts, "Hey, beer man," that frost brewed refreshment is delivered like an inside fastball. No, it's not about money. It's about exercise. I gotta drop some pounds.
Coors Light! Get your Coors right here!
I would date a man in wingtips.
Yeah, these are all right.
And I like all these skirts.
Sexy. Wicked sexy.
Very sexy.
This is the new fashion.
This looks like me.
Because y'all got the shirts I like. They flowing.
Good. The Gap, Macy's, or Abercrombie & Fitch.
Rewards.
Really? It's definitely hip, and I can't believe the prices.
This
I would love to wear this.
I could get with that.
We're changing everything to change your mind.
Oh, that's cool.
We're back again at Rosemont Horizon. The Blades and Chicago Wolves. The Blades in their third game of the year. The Wolves in only their second of this 98-99 campaign. The 54th consecutive year of operation for the International Hockey League. 3-3 our score right now as we come your way from Chicago, the home of the defending Turner Cup champs. But the Blades want to have a little something to say about that this year. You can be assured of that. And one guy the Blades went out to get to make sure that there's no Turner Cup here in Chicago is Dody Wood, who is standing by downstairs. And Dody, needless to say, on behalf of all the people in Kansas City, welcome back to a Blades uniform.
It's great to be back. Like, I've been here the last 2 seasons sparingly, like a few games each season, so I'm looking forward to play a full season here.
And I know when talking to you, I think one other time you had a chance to play at Kemper. I think it was last year you had to play on the road, but one other time you played at Kemper, and you were pretty jacked up about that. So needless to say, this coming Friday night is going to be quite a night for Dody Wood and his teammates.
Yeah, well, we're playing good hockey right now too, so it makes it a little easier going back home, understanding that we have worked hard in the first 2 periods of this game, and the last 2. So we're looking forward to going back home, and I know I'll be a little more excited to play Friday night than I am right now, I guess.
Hey, Dody, did Paul McLean say anything to you guys in between the first and second period? David Lings and you guys, Pat Ferschweiler and yourself, have just been going to the net so hard. We've been commenting all period about how you guys are getting in Healy's face and getting those whacks at the puck. You know, almost 30 shots on goal for the Blades here in the second period. Did Mac give you guys a little bit of advice in the dressing room?
Yeah, well, at the end of the period, Glenn Healy was complaining that we're getting the whacks on him. So we knew we can frustrate him if we just kept going towards the net. And he'd come in, and it seems like everyone is overpassing. So he wants a shot at the net, and the other 2 guys are going hard and hopefully get a rebound.
Tony, we've talked about how popular you are in Kansas City, and you know that also in San Jose, just about everywhere you've ever played. And how do you handle that? I mean, to be considered the most popular player ever to perform in a Blades uniform, does that put extra pressure on you now coming back this year?
I don't think so, because it's like I play every game the same way, and if the fans like the way I play, then so be it. But like, I'm not going out there and I'm not trying to impress anybody. The only guys that I really care that are behind me are the other 17 guys on the ice with me. And if the fans like the way how I play, then they can come back, because I'll play the same way every game.
Well, no doubt the reason you're popular is the way you play, and also some of the other answers to that question, why you're so popular, were answered in the paper today. Great story on you, Dody Wood, about your great activities in the community and how much you help the organization. And for that reason, and not only the reasons for your great abilities on the ice, we are thrilled to have you back in a Blades uniform.
Thank you, Bob and Ken.
All right, Dody Wood, our guest. When we come back, we're going to have an interview that we taped earlier today with another character, David Ling. And believe me, this guy is a character, although he's pretty serious in this interview. But when he loosens up, trust me, you're going to see what a character he is. In fact, this team reminding me a little bit of that '92 squad that won the Cup in terms of its personality. Some pretty nutsy type of guys. David Ling's our guest coming up after this.
Keep the change.
Enjoy your flight.
Buy your Blades Hockey lower level season ticket and get a free round trip to one of 18 cities coast to coast. Our Pucks and Planes offer will put a smile on your face. Call 84-BLADE today to get your hockey season off to a flying start and have an ice day.
You're about to enter a whole new world of entertainment at AMC Theater. Love seat style stadium seating, Sony dynamic digital sound, huge wall-to-wall screens. So get ready to enjoy the show like you never have before. AMC Theaters, changing the way you see movies.
Hey, welcome to the Chiefs postgame show here on Metro Sports. Thanks for flipping the channel over. I've got my partners here, J.C. Pearson, Rich Baldinger, former Chiefs.
Are starting to get some respect. Chiefs 7-2. You got him at there.
Remember, we'll take your phone calls.
I just wanted to tell Rich that he's very sexy, and I don't care what you guys say.
What's up with that?
Fellas, this is the only place on TV where you can talk to a player that played in the game right after the game.
Want long-lasting beauty for your home without the costly upkeep? You can have an all-American winner with beautiful Rollocks high-tech premium vinyl siding. Deep textured vinyl siding that breaks the costly maintenance cycle and provides worry-free protection for your home while increasing its value. And it comes in a wide range of styles and colors. Call 1-800-527-9800 today and you'll receive free seamless guttering with any order. Hurry, we don't want you to miss this limited time offer. For any home improvement, it's Rollocks.
Welcome back again to the home of the defending Turner Cup champion Chicago Wolves, Rosemont Horizon. I'm joined by one of the many new faces in a Blades uniform this year, David Ling, much coveted David Ling. I know a lot of teams in this league would have liked to have gotten your services, David, but Doug Sotart and the Blades are the ones fortunate enough to get you.
Yeah, you know, I played against Kansas City last year, and they, I guess they liked what they saw, and a couple teams were offering, but I know Paul from back in the Maritimes, and, you know, that was one of the reasons why I came.
That's right, you're from the Maritimes, Halifax?
Yep, down in the Maritimes, me and Paul.
Now, you guessed that teams liked you. I mean, you're a guy that's been a point-a-game guy in your minor pro career here the last couple of seasons. Why wouldn't teams want you? Plus that feistiness you play with, David. You indeed are a much coveted player.
Well, the feistiness comes. I need to prove that my size is not a factor, and I think that the points a game come with the players you play with, and a decision I made is coming here because of the players they were bringing in and the offensive ability they had.
Talk about this team now. How difficult is it? How long does it take to mold together? You got a new coach, a different system for a lot of these guys, and 13, 14 players that have never been in a Blades uniform before.
You know, it's a process, and I think that the process has begun, and I think that we're rolling from the first game. We had 40-some shots the next game, and we just couldn't score. And scoring comes when the cobwebs get out, and it just takes time when everyone's confidence gets to that point, and everyone's worrying about the systems now, and it's early and whatnot. But I think it's a process, and it takes a little time, and I think that we're just going to improve every day.
Did you feel, and I know I did, that the games this past weekend, the first two games of the season were almost like mid-season form? I mean, you guys were clicking on passes, the hitting, the shots. I mean, as you say, you had a lot of opportunities. If not for great goaltending, you would have scored 5-6 goals each one of those two games.
Yeah, you know, when I played in Indy last year, at the end of the year, the last 12 games, I found these first two games were faster and more intense, and I think that it's a good sign for the IHL and hockey in general.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your career now. Starting in 1995, when you were named the Canadian Hockey League Player of the Year, we're talking 50, 60 teams and 20 guys a team, 22 guys a team. So you were voted the best player amongst the Canadian junior ranks. That's quite an honor.
Yeah, you know, it was an honor that I was pleased with, and it helped my career. But it was a deal where the coach gave me lots of opportunity to play and opportunity to play with good players, and I think that's where that came from.
All right, David, hard-hitting question now. Typically, a guy that wins that particular award, the CHL Player of the Year, is pretty much writes his own ticket to the National Hockey League. Why has David Ling not played more than 3 games in the NHL that you did play with Montreal?
Well, you know, I think it has to do with consistency, size, break here and there. I don't think I got a break. And I think that if I was a GM, I'd be playing more than 3 games, I thought.
All right, talk about the 3 games you did play with Montreal. I mean, and I would assume at least one of those was at home. To walk into that dressing room, what kind of a feeling was that?
Oh, it was amazing, especially coming from the Maritimes, where Montreal, Toronto are the 2 big teams, and there was a thrill walking in the dressing room, seeing all the old faces on the wall and all the Hall of Famers, and the guys were good, but it couldn't happen for a better place to play, I don't think, is in the Montreal, the Forum there, and it was great.
See Doug Sotard's picture up there?
I think I drove by it.
David, thanks for being with us. Thanks for joining this team this year. We're looking forward, and we've been talking about you as being a fan favorite here. You're going to be one of many, I'm sure, and certainly looking forward to the home opener on Friday so the fans can get a first-hand look at you.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
All right, David Ling, our guest. We will come back. The recap of the first 2 periods, a little summary, and the 3rd period's coming up next. All the play-by-play of the final 20 from Rosemont Horizon will come your way in just a moment.
Fresh. Friendly. Fun. Low prices all day, every day. With over 19 locations, there's a Kansas City Metro Hy-Vee near you.
Do you know the people who benefit from Synteon Bioservices? Chances are you do. And chances are they were able to benefit from the many products made from plasma. Donating plasma saves lives. In just under 2 hours, you can help create life-saving products by donating plasma. And you get paid for your time. Bring in a friend and get an extra bonus. It's easy, it's safe, and it saves lives. So how about it? Donate plasma. Synteon Bioservices at 483-8344.
And we're back again. Bob Kaiser along with Kenny Hammond. Live ringside, Rosemont Horizon, where the Blades and Wolves are deadlocked at 3 apiece. Blades really had an outstanding 2nd period, Ken Hammond, and they were down 2-0 after 1, but back-to-back goals by Chizowski. And then an effort by Trudell. By the 12.5-minute mark, the Blades are up, and let's take a look at some of the events of that 2nd period.
Well, there's Chizowski obviously taking advantage of the fact that he played with Glenn Healy in New York Islanders organization and does a nice toe drag, takes it outside, and pots it right underneath his outstretched arm. And there's a little scramble in front of the net here. This is where we're going to see a ton of whacks here where Chizowski gets his 2nd goal. He's going to come in here just at the end and give it enough of a shot to get it across the line. Chizowski off to the left side of the post there in his 2nd goal tonight. And finally coming up, Trudell, 3rd goal for the Blades. Eric Perrin moving in quick, hitting the net hard, pushing Healy into the back of the net, and Trudell coming in to pick up the lumper.
And then Steve Malte reties it late in the period.
Yeah, but that was Chicago goal, so who cares? No, watch. It goes off the glass. Watch how Maltese moves back here. By the time he's in front of the net, but by the time he shoots that puck, look how far into the circle he is. And that's why he's a goal scorer. He moves back to give himself a better angle. That's why this guy gets almost 50 goals a year.
Wow. Look at those usually shots. Does. Shots on net right now are 30 to 22, actually.
Real key stat there, though, Bob, is look at the power plays. Blades, 100%. That's going to improve the percentage and take Emmer off the hot seat.
And the Blades have scored on 2 of their last 4 now, Kenny, after going 0 for the first 13. Well, 0 for the first 12, I should say.
Well, they've done a great job of going to the net, Bob. And that's exactly what we said they needed to do, and either push Healy into the net or back up so they can get it over top of him. But they found a way to do it this period.
All right. Got a look at a pair of the cast of characters of this 98-99 team. Dody Wood, David Ling. 2 more reasons why you need to buy your season tickets and take advantage of pucks in the Plains, Kenny. Sales staff standing by right now at the Blades office. 842-5233. That promotion sponsored by iTravel. Buy a lower level season ticket and get a free round trip airline ticket to one of 18 different cities and 18 great cities. I just don't understand why my hometown of Flint, Michigan isn't in there. Probably because they got to build an airport first.
Well, we can work on a sponsorship with Greyhound.
Play back underway. Third period. The Blades with the puck at center ice. They'll dump it in. 3-3 tie. Healy wings the puck out to center ice. Marinucci will slide it in behind the KC net. Eric Rude wings it up the left wing boards. It took a funny hop right in front. Malte has shot. Great save. Rebound. And LaRouche couldn't put it into a half-empty net. Now LaRouche up with it in the near corner, trying to send one through to Malte, but that's picked off, and Bonin will send Ling the other way. Couple of Blades join in, 3-on-2 at the line. Ling dropped it off for Bonin. The Blades shoot it behind the Wolves net. Now Chicago fired it up the near side over the stick of Eric Rude. Bilodeau after it along his own line, got away from LaRouche. Now sent one through for Ling. He let it slide through. Healy will come out of his net and handle it. Now the Blades work in. Chizowski stole the puck, tried to feed it for Bonin, does. Side of the net, they battle. Chizowski's got the puck once more. Now Dave Chizowski on the backhand, takes it off to the far boards, turns into the corner where Milomak works him over. Milomak lost his stick, but the Wolves have the puck and clear it out to center. Now Thomas Gronman with it, off to David Ling. Ling cutting it across that line. Drop pass in front, Bonin. Now Chizowski with a shot, he missed the net. Great pass by Bonin. Now Bonin's got the puck again, trying to wander in front. He's hip check to the playing surface. Blades picking it up again here in this third period. They've got the momentum. However, Malte takes the loose puck away. Here's Malte across the line to Gosselin, and he'll launch it behind the Blades net. We played 2:20 of the third period. 3-3 the score. Dody Wood trying to receive a pass in the neutral zone. Could not hold it. Gosselin controls near side. Wood stepped into him. Puck slides in front of the benches across the way. LaPuma for Chicago sends it in. Back to play to Welsing. Welsing gave it away right to Berglund in front for Breslin. The pass went right by him. And Ferschweiler handles it for Kansas City. Sends Wood across the Chicago line. Wood poke checked and a good defensive play by Gosselin. And Breslin back to chip the puck in. Berglund picked it up. Two-line pass called against Chicago. John Anderson not happy about that call.
Boy, the Blades have done a great job of putting pressure on them, no, Bob. What we talked about earlier is how the Blades need to move away from the front of the net. Look at this here as Chizowski's going to come up from the loose puck from Bonin, and Ling's right in front. If he backs up just a little bit, Chizowski might be able to tap that puck to him if he was a little bit higher around the area where Malte scored his goal. But again, it's so easy from up here. It's so difficult down there. Things move so fast.